All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, they working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
All right, welcome to Easy Money, a sports betting show. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by Tony Gonzalez. How's it going?
Not too bad. Not too bad. It's a Friday. That's always good. And looking forward to this weekend.
Yeah, a busy weekend this weekend with some wrestling stuff. Opening day of baseball yesterday. Reds got a win. That's always nice.
A lot of sports.
And of course, Sweet 16 started back up yesterday in the NCAA tournament.
What'd you think of the Reds? I got to watch the game. I know you was busy. I think you listened to the game. What'd you think?
Got off to a good start. Montas pitched a good game, and offense got going early. Got going early in that first inning, and after that, just kind of took control.
I'll tell you what. And his name's escaping my name. It's escaping my mind. Second baseman.
India.
I got a feeling he's going to be back this year in a big way. I think he's going to be healthy and hopefully, and I think he's going to have a big year.
We'll see. He got off to a real good start. In the last couple of years, injuries have kind of slowed him down a little bit. But I can see him having a big year because I think he knows that there's a lot of young players on that roster that could take his spot if he don't stay healthy and have a good year. Because I was kind of surprised that Reds kept him this year, just with all the infielders we have, and I thought he'd be the odd guy out. Worked out good that we did keep him, especially now that McLean had to have a shoulder surgery, and he's not going to be around for probably most of the season, if any.
Yeah, they looked really good, man. We'll see. I think what Glenn's referring to, he's there at the expo, and of course with the owner of World Pro Wrestling, and they're having Eric Bischoff in at that big wrestling expo there in Indianapolis. But I think Bischoff's going to go to the game with them guys tonight. Pacer game, I believe. Pacer Lakers. From what he said in the post, he said he's going to hang out with his friends and go to the Lakers game. So I'd seen Ron posted, well, I guess I got my answer that he's going to go. So
well, that's cool.
So that's very cool. So good luck to them guys today at the expo. I hope they do well. And also Jared Bird and Gimmick Promotions. Hopefully they do well too. And
I can't believe you remember the name.
I remembered Gimmick. I can't forget Jared or Mike King, either one. I'm not gonna forget that.
I do go forget Jared or Mike, but Gimmick Promotions. I figured you'd have trouble with that one.
I have trouble with a lot of names anymore. I'm lucky though. I remember my own damn name. I'm surprised I knew Ron's name. I usually know him as Buck. I usually can't remember Ron. But I think luckily I seen his post 10 minutes ago, so I had Ron
You
on my
remember
mind.
Ron name because it says Ron right there. Good thing.
Actually, that looks like Rand to me. I can't read.
Can't remember, can't read. Damn.
No, I'm not real bright. I told you that before.
Wait a minute. It's your brother that has the glaucoma. He's the one that shouldn't be able to
Yeah,
read.
He shouldn't be allowed to drive. That's for sure.
Hell no, he shouldn't be allowed to drive, and he does.
He got a license, and he just got him
It's like-
again. So I don't
No,
know.
that's almost like a fucking death trap getting in the car with him.
Yeah.
And I haven't rode with him in a couple years,
No,
but I know how bad it was a few years ago,
I
and I know it's worse now.
I know it's got worse. Yeah.
He said, "Yep," and he got on with Team Alpha Prime sponsorship in the NASCAR Xfinity Series.
That's
Oh
awesome.
yeah, Glenn's always winning something or
Getting something, man. That dude, I'll tell you what,
he's the king at the
definitely,
contest.
definitely top notch. That's for sure. But yeah, I was real happy with what I seen out of the Registers. That's one game, of course. I know, but
I figured Glenn was going to post that something came up and he wasn't going to be at Warrior Pro on Sunday.
he's looking for something better. I mean, I'm sure he is. He's out there looking. Just old Dave off. But Dave's there too. I know Dave's there helping out too, David Kraft. So hope he has fun, has a good time.
Yeah, if you're walking around the Squared Circle Expo, you can watch our live streams of Warrior Pro Wrestling. They have them playing there, which is pretty cool.
Yep. I've seen you've aired 3 episodes from the Comic-Con. Seen people been watching those. That's good. So I'm looking forward to PopCon coming up here in what?
Less than a month.
I know.
Actually, right about a month because it's going to be right. Yeah, because what the 26, 27, 28.
Yep.
So yeah, right at a month.
And I didn't realize you told me that you talking to the owner of WCWO that PopCon's even bigger than Comic-Con. I didn't realize. I figured Comic-Con was bigger. I didn't know. But yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, from what I hear, they're expecting close to like 200,000 people to come through there.
Man, I wonder how many came through Comic-Con.
I would say over 100,000 because I heard last year it was real close to 100,000, and maybe Friday wasn't as busy as last year was, but Saturday seemed a lot busier than what last year was, and I think Sunday was even a little bit busier than what last year. So
I think I agree with you. I know Saturday was.
I think more people came this year than last year. I haven't got like the exact numbers, but just by feel, Friday didn't seem as busy this year as it did last year. Last year, Friday seemed like it was a little busier.
And I got a little
but Saturday was crazy. It wasn't the time last year that we ever saw a line.
I got a little bone to pick with Glenn. Where was he? Why didn't he come to Comic-Con to see us? I mean, I know he's a busy guy, but hell, he couldn't make time for his Gonzo Sports Room guys. He couldn't give an hour to his Gonzo Sports Room guys. Come on, Glenn. It ain't like we're Warrior Pro.
He said he's locked in for the weekend, and he said, "Oh, Glenn, I know the PopCon. It's going. From what I hear, it's going to be on the second and third floors of the building. So I don't even know if the first floor is going to be used for like the ticketing and stuff or what. But from what I was being told, like most of the PopCons on the second and third floor, and they use like the whole building, not just one like part of it.
And we had WCWO had 2 rooms. For PopCon, we have 3 rooms. So I would assume it's going to be a bigger space. I mean, I don't know the size of the rooms, but I would venture to say it's going to be bigger.
Well, it's going to be like another half.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll definitely be. It might not be deeper, but it's definitely going to be wider. But I went 10-2 yesterday on my picks.
Son of a bitch.
You know, went 0-1 in the NBA, but then I went 4-0 in baseball, 4-0 in hockey and 2-1 in college basketball.
I went 3-3.
Yeah, I had the Bucks in the NBA. They ended up losing to the Pelicans. And then I had Arizona at the -6.5 against Clemson, and Clemson won that game outright.
Yeah, I went 2-2 in hockey and 1-1 in college basketball. UConn, it was good for me, but Arizona let me down big time.
Yeah, I had UConn, and then I had Illinois at the +1.5, and of course they won that game outright. Yeah, Glenn, the celebrity list for Comic-Con this year was better than what it was last year as well. I haven't really looked at the celebrity list for this PopCon, but
I heard the big draw was guy used to play Dukes of Hazzard and played in Smallville. Snyder, I think John Snyder, I believe that was the name. I heard he was the big. Heard he was the big draw. Heard he was the big line. Is what some people that from I work with went to Comic-Con, and that's what they told me. I mean, not that I went out and checked it out myself.
Arizona couldn't hit a fucking shot last night.
They kept throwing up in threes, though, didn't they?
They couldn't hit a shot. I was impressed with Clemson's defense, and
Yes.
they can hit. They got some guys that can hit some big shots. UConn just rolled again. Yeah,
Pablo making an appearance.
yeah. UConn just rolled right over San Diego State.
Yeah.
And then Illinois Iowa State was a good game. Illinois tried to let Iowa State.
Don't be talking about my fucking talking ever again.
It's your fault. Listen to you. But Iowa State or Illinois almost let Iowa State get back in that game there at the end by missing some free throws, where it looked like they were up by 6 or 7 and looked like they had the game under control with about 40 seconds left, and they let them pull within, get within like 3, but then they were able to shut it down. But yeah, they missed some. One of their top players, he had like 28 points and he missed like 5 or 6 free throws. And he's usually almost 80% free throw shooter.
I think Illinois has got UConn now. Is that right? I believe.
Yes.
That's just I hope. I mean, I'm a Big Ten fan. I hope they can do something against them, but I'm not. I don't know. UConn's looking awfully good.
Illinois plays UConn. Tonight you have Duke and Houston, Purdue and Gonzaga. I forget who else plays tonight.
Yeah, there's a bunch of good stuff on tonight. There's a bare knuckle fight that Dotson's fighting somebody really good. I want to see it. Of course, SmackDown, a bunch of basketball. There's a MLW pay-per-view. About 10 things I want to watch on at the same damn time.
All right. Might see your best friend on MLW.
Yeah, he might. Now he's behind the scenes. He's got that face for behind the camera. He's not on camera.
All right, NBA tonight. I end up going. I don't know why I end up going with 4 games.
Hey, let's get that straight. It's Marcus. Best
Marcus had quite a few best friends.
He does. What's your standings now with your wins and losses?
His other. He might see his other best friend tomorrow.
Yeah, he might see a couple of his friends. What do you think the over under that he shows? He's supposed to. I know he was trying to get him to hold tickets. So what do you think?
I think he shows. I think
He shows.
80% chance he shows. I think there's a 90% chance that Marcus drops an F-bomb.
I would say if he shows, it's 99.9% chance he goes. Especially if he shows up at the restaurant we go to tomorrow, I'll give it a 110% chance he drops that bomb.
Oh, that shit was funny that day. Oh man!
Especially because we knew him, but we know him a lot better now. And that was the first time I ever heard him. I think first time I ever heard him cuss. Period. And it wasn't no damn or shit or hell. He went straight for the big one and very loud. Loud enough that his wife said,
Yeah, in the
Marcus. And we were like, whoa.
middle
It
of
was,
a
it was awesome.
middle of a restaurant.
Yeah. Yeah. The whole restaurant heard it. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So what'd you say your numbers were?
I'm 224 and 208.
Damn, you're doing really well. I'm 219 and 159. I'm sure you're gonna pass me.
I'm
You're
getting.
catching up. You've had a last good week.
I
and
got
a
off to a
half.
rough start.
The last 2 weeks you are doing pretty well.
That's a left dash word. Just like the Christmas story.
Yeah.
All right. NBA, I ended up going with 4 games tonight. Probably a mistake.
I went with 3.
I was 0-1 on NBA last night, but Lakers and Pacers, I'm going to take the over the 244. I wanted to take the Pacers at the -4, but I just can't. At home against the Lakers, seems like we find ways to lose to the Lakers.
Yeah, we did.
So I'm going to go with the Lakers and Pacers over 244. I'm going to take the Clippers at the -1.5 against the Orlando Magic. Clippers are on the road. They're -132 on the money line. Orlando's +112 on the money line. Over under for that game is 212.5. That's pretty low for an NBA game.
Yeah.
Then we'll take the Chicago Bulls at the -3 on the road versus the Brooklyn Nets. And then my last game for NBA, I'm going to take the Houston Rockets at the -7.5 on the road at the Utah Jazz. Glenn saying Pacers money line.
Yep. He's going to try to influence you because he usually does pretty good with the Pacers. Okay, my NBA picks for tonight. I've got Orlando at home +1.5 against the Clippers. I got OKC at home +1.5 against Phoenix, and then I have Sacramento at home -1.5 against Dallas. That's my picks for tonight.
Yeah, I think the Pacers win, but I just not enough to give the pick out. Just I picked them against the Bulls the other night, and they lost by 30.
Yeah.
We should have beat the Lakers last week and found a way to choke that game.
Real quick, let me ask you about that. I know that you guys have been talking on TV the last couple of days on here. Do you think Steph's days of the Warriors are over?
Steph? No.
That's what they think. They think that if he wants a chance to win any more championships, he's going to have to leave Golden State.
Well, I mean, I don't think Golden State's constructed right now to win a championship, but I don't necessarily think he has to leave to be able to win another championship. They got to get some more help around him. Right now, they rely so much on him. If he don't have a great night, they're in trouble.
Clay just never have been the same, has it?
Yeah, Clay hasn't been. He hasn't been the same player since but he came off like 2 Achilles tears.
Yeah.
He hasn't been the same guy, and then Draymond was never a scorer, but even with what he brings has declined some.
Yep.
And then now he can't stay on the damn court. I think it's more of an accurate statement to say maybe the Warriors dynasty run is over. But I wouldn't say it's like Steph's run's over because he's still playing at a real high level. Now, can he win another championship with Golden State? I don't know. It just depends on if they. I think him and Kuminga's a good core to start with, and then they got to build around them too. The Chris Paul thing hasn't really worked out how they were hoping this year.
Yeah, I think Jackson Davis could be a nice piece for him. I mean,
he's played well for him.
Yes, he has.
In the minutes he's got.
Yeah, I mean, he's only a rookie. I think he could be a nice piece.
But yeah, Curry's still playing at a high level, and he could leave Golden State and go somewhere else, but I don't know. I just kind of picture him as a guy that will probably always play at Golden State. All right. NHL, there was just one game. I'm going with the Devils on the money line on the road at the Sabres.
Yep. I'm going opposite. I'm going Buffalo. Money line
And
at
then
home.
college basketball, got the Sweet 16 again tonight. I'm gonna take Marquette at the -7.5 against NC State. It's gonna be a good game. But I like Marquette there. I'm gonna take Purdue at the -5.5 against Gonzaga. And I'm gonna take Houston at the -4.5 against Duke. No, a lot of people are picking Duke to beat Houston. But I don't know. I like that Houston team the way they play. So I don't think they're gonna get in foul trouble as early this game as they did last game. They got in foul trouble in that first half, and that kind of slowed them down. I don't see that happening again. So I'm going with Houston at the -4.5.
Well, either you're going to do real good on college, or I'm going to do real good on college. One of us going to suck because we went the opposite on a couple of picks. I'm like you. I went with Houston -4.5 against Duke. I like Houston too. You know, Duke's a strong team. I went with North Carolina State plus the 7.5. I think it's going to be a close game. I don't know if they're going to win the game, but I think they'll be close. And same way with Gonzaga. I went with Gonzaga plus the 5.5. I think Purdue was going to win, but I think it's going to be a close game. So I went with the points.
Oh yeah, but I mean, and I mean, both those games I think are going to be good games. They could go a couple different
There was
directions.
another game, but I didn't pick it for some reason. I didn't like it.
Yeah, I forget who it was now. It was Creighton, Tennessee.
Yeah,
Tennessee's a 3.5 point favorite.
I've got Creighton in my bracket going to the finals, but Tennessee looked pretty good lately. But I think I'm going to go with Creighton to win that game, but I didn't like the points.
All right, Major League Baseball went 4-0 to start the season yesterday with Major League Baseball. Today I'm gonna go with the Rays on the money line at home against the Toronto Blue Jays. On the mound for the Blue Jays is Bassett. You have Savali on the mound for the Rays. Blue Jays did get a win yesterday. I think the Rays bounced back today with Savali on the mound. So I like the Rays on the money line. Then we'll take the Pittsburgh Pirates at the +1.5 on the road at the Miami Marlins. Pirates got a win yesterday against the Marlins. You have Perez on the mound for the Pirates and Puk on the mound for the Marlins. But someone with the Pirates at the +1.5. I think Pirates are going to be better this year. Actually, I know this sounds crazy to some people, but it wouldn't surprise me if the National League Central is in the battle between the Reds and the Pirates.
It could be. Yeah, but yeah. The Pirates got off to a good start last year and just kind of faded, but
and they got some young pitchers. I think they're going to be moving up. I'd like to go to Indianapolis here in the month of April before they move that one guy, that rookie up that Skeens.
Yeah,
he's pitching in Indianapolis. He's going to be pitching in Indianapolis, but a lot of people only think he'll probably only be there for about a month or so, and that they'll move him up to the majors. And then next game, I'm going to take the New York Yankees at the +1.5 against the Houston Astros. The Yankees beat the Astros yesterday. Came back in that game after getting down early.
I watched some of that.
Came back and won that game. I think this will be another real close game. That's why I like them at the +1.5. I mean, you got Rodon on the mound for the Yankees and Javier on the mound for the Astros. And if I remember, I think the Astros are a little banged up to start the season, kind of like the Reds have a few injuries already. And then my last game of the night, baseball, I'm going to take the Padres on the money line at home against the San Francisco Giants. So I'm going Rays money line, Pirates +1.5, Astros +1.5, and the Padres on the money line.
I didn't do any baseball. I'll try to do some next week if I remember. I watched a lot of baseball yesterday. I watched the Reds game. I watched the last couple innings of the Yankees in Houston, and then this morning I couldn't sleep. I watched the replay, 3 or 4 innings of the Yankee Astro game. No, not the Yankee Astro, Rangers Cubs game. Rangers won that in extra innings. I've seen that. Billy Buzz says, "Go Reds."
Yeah, I listen to some on the. I listen to almost all the Reds game on the radio, and then I had when I'm in the car, I usually have on a sports station, so I'll just keep. They were updating the scores and stuff for that and for the basketball. But yeah. Uh, Nick Martini had a big game for the Reds yesterday. He got the first home run and ended up hitting another home run later in the game.
He ended up being kind of the last guy they added to the roster, wasn't he?
Yep.
One of my
He honestly, he probably wouldn't have he probably wouldn't even bid on the roster for opening day if if we didn't have the injuries we had with McLean and a couple of Friedel and a couple of other guys, or he probably wouldn't have been on the roster right now.
I thought Josh Harrison was going to make the team, but he didn't make it. I mean, I'd seen him play a lot for the Indianapolis Indians, and he's played on several major league teams, Pirates, Brewers, and different teams. I thought he was going to make the team, especially because of the injuries. He didn't make it. And I seen Votto didn't make Toronto, and he's on still rehabbing an ankle or something. I seen that yesterday.
Them are guys they'll probably get moved. They could get moved up later in the season, especially if you start having injuries. Hopefully, we don't get in a big injury kick like we did last year. But we already have a few. Losing McLean for the season is not good. Hopefully, Friedel. I think I'd heard a month or so with him, so hopefully he can get back because he's big for us at leadoff, and he's a great center. He's a great center fielder as well.
Well, no, they talked a lot during the game that De La Cruz had been working a lot on being better at the plate and, not killing his own self by swinging at bad pitches. And a lot of different people worked with him.
They say worked a lot on bunting too.
Yep. A lot, they said. Yeah, I heard that too. And they say India looks a lot more comfortable. And they said what they think has done it is working out different positions, working first, third, every infield position, outfield, working everywhere. And they say he looks like a different guy at second base. Just seems more prepared, more ready, better body language, everything.
Well, that's why I didn't know if he was going to be on the team anymore, because if you looked at McLean, Steer, and some of the young infielders we had, glove-wise, his glove isn't, it wasn't on their level defensively. And then when he got hurt, his batting started going down some, and he wasn't hitting at their levels. Like, man, it's going to. But when he's on, he's tough. It's just he has to get back in that groove.
That was the weird thing, because in the first year, his glove was pretty good, but then his next year, his glove wasn't as good. The Reds don't play tonight; they're off Friday.
Yeah.
They play Saturday.
They play tomorrow,
and I can't think of his name. I know who it is, but I can't think of his name. Ashcraft, I'm pretty sure. I thought. Yeah, they always take a day off after their opening day for some reason. But if I remember right, I thought that I heard him say Ashcraft was pitching.
They play tomorrow at 4. I'm trying to see if they'll tell me who's pitching. I'm not sure who's pitching.
Yeah, I thought they said during the broadcast yesterday it was going to be Ashcraft. I'm not 100 on that.
Yeah, I think that's who it's going to be. And if it's Ashcraft, he's pretty good, Billy. Yeah, because I thought about getting tickets for that game tomorrow, but we had the wrestling. Because the game tomorrow you could go to for about 3/4 of the price of what you would have had to pay.
Billy Holton got a free ticket from Doug Marshall. Doug Marshall had, I think.
For what? For yesterday?
I know for Saturday.
So say you get Saturday tickets a hell of a lot cheaper than you could yesterday.
I think Doug's been having some health issues and couldn't use the ticket or whatever. And I know Billy got a ticket from him. So he's going. I don't know about the weather, man.
Well, because I looked, because I looked at tickets for opening day, and they were expensive as hell. So then I looked at for Saturday, and hell, you could get tickets as cheap as like 25 bucks.
Yep.
Which hell, like I think we paid 40 or 50 for the ones we got last time. They were good seats, but we had the wrestling. But yeah, I like to wait about a couple more weeks and get a little farther in April. Toward the end of April and then May is good.
Yep.
Then you got to start going to night games.
Yeah, Billy Buzz, we will be live Saturday night. I believe the show's supposed to start around 7, and then we'll be live Sunday. I believe the show's at 3, I believe.
Yeah. Yep. Sure. Yep. Yeah, we've been able to go live at Central the last 2 years, so I'm sure we'll be able to again. And then we're always live at Warrior Pro. Warrior Pro should be a good show this month. I'm really looking forward to tomorrow night. As well.
I believe Michael Elgin's going to be there. Of course, Rob Van Dam's going to be in the house, and DCCW always puts on a great show. So I think it's going to be really, really good. I think it's going to be a big crowd.
All right. Well, you have anything else for today?
No, I think I'm good to go. I'm going to go watch some baseball, I think.
Join us tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern, live on YouTube and Twitch for DCCW Bearcat Rumble 2 or 3 or 4. It's 4.
Yep.
Yeah, it's 4 because we've done the last 2 and we missed one.
It's 4, yep.
Hell, I said 2, 3, but it is 4. And then
sure you want to say 1 to
feature
cover all the numbers?
we can make it. We can make it the first one.
1, 2, 3, 4.
We can make it the first one.
We was at the first one.
We were there, but we wasn't.
Yeah.
We didn't broadcast.
No, that was. I think it was my second show I went to DCCW as a fan. I think it was probably your first.
Yeah. But we'll be live 7 o'clock. Rob Van Dam will be there. If you're in the area and you can get to Muncie, doors open at 6. Bell time's at 7.
Get tickets for $10. I think that's pretty much all it's left. So, but great seats everywhere. That bleacher seats. So definitely come out and check it out.
And then on Sunday, if you're in around the Danville, Indiana area, come check out Warrior Pro Wrestling. Doors open at 2 there. Bell time's at 3 o'clock. We'll also be live on YouTube and Twitch with that. So hit that subscribe button on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all at Gonzo Sports Room. We appreciate everybody watching, and we'll see you guys on Monday.